So you know in a heart soul and body was saying nobody want to pay for the food. You knew in your heart and soul that you did not want to pay for the food, and yet you were bullying me to eat my own food that I'm going to pay for with my own money? Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Shara back in the cut, and today we are going to be doing, as the title states, another story time. It's been a while since I've been on this channel or even did a story time, but you guys know what to do. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you want to share your stories, hit me up on Instagram as well at Shari Official. For all the old subscribers, I know I look a lot different from when you guys last seen me. I had hair a year ago and then I cut my hair shorter. Now I'm bald headed. 2 weeks ago I cut my hair completely bald because I'm crazy and I was going through some shit. But yeah, this is what we're rocking for 2022, you know, keep it cute. Yeah, let's jump into the story because I'm doing a little bit too much talking. I'm gonna be doing a story time about my worst date ever, or the time I felt like I got finessed, or the time I felt like it was gonna be a money man but he a broke ass nigga type of story time. Yeah, that's what it is today. So as you know, or if you're new then you don't know, but I'm Jamaican. I came to Canada 3 years ago. Dating in Jamaica is a lot different, where like you either go to somewhere and you meet people. Jamaican guys are not afraid to come up and talk to you, period. Here in Canada, however, dating is a lot different, where like you either, for a newcomer, obviously I didn't go to high school or here or going to a public college where I'm gonna bump up into a lot of people and be able to make friends easy and stuff like that. So it's been a bit different with dating. 9 times out of 10, even if you live in Canada and been here for a while, you're still gonna end up on a dating app trying to meet people and trying to talk to people, because Canadians just don't want to come to you and be like, girl, I like what you're wearing today, you know, what's up? Let me get your number real quick. Don't try to talk to me like that because I'll slap you. But I'm just saying, they ain't bold enough to come to you and try to talk to you like that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. So I joined Facebook dating and I done a few dates on there. Fine. Awesome. I said, you know what? This one look of time, let me swipe on this guy because he was looking cute. We're talking for a few weeks or whatever. Shit was cool. Shit was fine. And then we decided to meet up. So I said, you know what, let's meet up on Monday, for example, because I have school on Monday. I can't just meet you at Yorkdale after school. So the plan was to go to Yorkdale and we were going to go to the Cheesecake Factory, which I've never been to the Cheesecake Factory, so like I was pretty excited. Fast forward to the day of when everything is supposed to go down. I went to school, I had a good day. And then I left school, but I decided to go to Yorkdale a little bit earlier because I have a friend that works at Yorkdale. His name is Trey. Hey Trey, how you doing? He works at Holt Renfrew, so you need to go there and get your sales discounts, whatever. Yeah, get my niggas some sales, period. But yeah, so he works at Holt Renfrew, and I decided to, you know, pop in, say hi, whatever, you know, whatever, kill some time until I get to see this guy. So I got there, whatever. I was telling him I'm at Holt Renfrew. When you get to Yorkdale, just meet me at Holt Renfrew, right? So we're at Yorkdale now. I go to meet Trey. I'm like, hey Trey, what's up, that me and him kicking it, we talking, whatever, we catching up or whatever, catching up on what's going on in his life, what's going on in mine, whatever we're talking. So he's like, why are you at Yorkdale? So I'm like, I'm going on a date. So he's like, you're going on a date? I'm like, yeah, I'm going on a date. Yeah, you know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, I'm going on a date. So he was like, okay, bet, like, show me him. Let me see what you're working with. So I showed him the guy. He's like, all right, he alright, you know, like he's okay. I'm like, yeah, you know, yeah. So feeling myself. So now he's like, so how are you getting home? Because me and Trey, we live in the same city, so we would have been taking the same bus to go home type shit. So he was like, yo, like, so how are you getting home? Like, are you gonna bus home? Because if not, like, I finished my shift at 8, so like we could just bus home together. So I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna bus home because he's taking me home. So he's like, did he tell you that he's taking you home? I'm like, he didn't tell me he's taking me home, but he drive, so he taking me home. Like, the fuck you talking about? He's taking me the fuck home. Are you dumb? Like, I'm not taking no bus. girl, what you talking about? This nigga ain't tell you he taking you home, but you say he gonna take you home. I'm like, yeah, he taking me home today. He drives. It's, let me tell you why. Because one of those things where I've never been on a date before with somebody who drives that I had to bus home or Uber home. It never seen it happen. And even if you drive, I don't let them know exactly where I live. You dropping me way down the street and I'm gonna walk into my complex. That's how I do it, because you know, whatever. But I'm just saying, like, it's never happened where I didn't normally ask him to drop me home or whatever. It's just like, if you drive, you're gonna drop me home. Like, you know what? I don't know how to explain to you, but ladies, you know what I'm saying. I normally offer to get there. I'll meet them to the place, but whatever. When going home though, if you drive normally, they drive you home. Like, whatever. Anyways, so fast forward, the guy messaged me. He's like, yeah, I'm most at Holt Renfrew. So Trey followed me to meet him at the front. So I'm like, okay, cool, bet. So I said my goodbyes to Trey and then we left, right? Let's just talk about what the guy was wearing. This guy pulled up, okay? So he was wearing a moose knuckle jacket, okay? A Versace fucking vest inside, and then he was wearing a Rolex watch, and then he was wearing some boots or whatever. He was looking aight, but he was wearing bare name brand shit. So I'm like, and besides, when we were talking to, like, he's into like fashion and designing and, you know, wearing nice stuff and all that stuff. So I'm like, bitch, you a little bit too bougie for me, because you talking about some Burberry, Gucci, Versace. I'm like, sir. And even his pictures, that's the type of stuff he wears. But I'm like, I'm very much Shein Afterpay type of girl. Like, you know, I'm bougie on a budget. Like, I don't own no Gucci, Versace, none of that shit. Like, I'm very much, you know, cheap and clean. That's very much my type of thing. Like, I'm gonna be wearing an $8 jacket, a nice $2 top, and some nice jeans, and I'm gonna give you rich bitch vibes though. Best believe that. But I ain't spending that much money. But that's what I give, you know. So I was like, he's a little bit too bougie for me, but whatever, right? So he showed up looking cute, whatever. Then he's like, yeah, so can we go to Zara for a little bit, because he needs to get a top for work or some shit like that. And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. We're in Zara. I'm there being a stylist without getting paid hourly, bitch. He's asking, oh, do you like this one? You know, trying on jackets, trying on different stuff, whatever, whatever. Wasting my goddamn motherfucking time, because we left Zara and he did not buy nothing. Not one blood clot thing by nada, zero, no. I was so pissed, because I'm like, bro, you do all this and you buy nothing. He's like, yeah, I'm looking for something red. There ain't no red in here, which was true. But like, why y'all trying to add him something and I buy nothing? Like, so we left Zara. So I'm like, do you want to check another store or whatever? He's like, nah, it's getting late, it's fine, whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. He asked me, do you want to go to Cheesecake Factory or do you want to go to Moxie's? Because like, if you ever been to Yorkdale Mall before, you know it's like Zara is kind of close to Moxie's. Like, see Zara, there's Moxie's. Like, you know what I mean? It's very close. I was a bit indecisive because I'm like, I've never been to Cheesecake Factory before. But I also heard like it's not worth the hype. The lines are long, the food is not that great, whatever. But I've been to Moxie's all the freaking time, and I always get the same thing when I go there. I know already what I want to order. So I'm like, we're right in front of Moxie's. Let's just go to Moxie's because it's cold outside. I don't dress for the weather. I'm looking very much like I'm in Miami and it's winter in Canada, snowing outside, and I'm in like not the attire for the weather. Let's just say that. So he's like, sure, let's go to Moxie's or whatever. So we went to Moxie's. We got seated. First of all, Moxie's at Yorkdale was pissing me off because the whole time there was this fire alarm going off for the whole entire day. It was giving me a headache. I was getting mad or whatever and all that. But besides that, we got seated, whatever, and we were there talking, chatting up, whatever. Our waitress came and she was like, oh, hi, whatever, nice to meet you, that, you know, regular shit. What do you guys want to order? So as I said, I'm a regular at Moxie's, so like I know what I want. So I was like, yeah, can I get the pineapple basil drink or whatever? So because I like sweet drinks. So he's like, you getting alcohol in the middle of the week? I'm like, yeah, everyday drink get drunk. Like, it's just a look. They barely put any alcohol in it anyways, so We good. I got work tomorrow, but we good. Like, I ain't gonna be drunk off one drink, you know? So I'm like, yeah, I'm getting alcohol in the middle of the week. Is that a problem? I felt a little bit judged, like, sir, you looking at me like I'm crazy. He's like, nah, I don't do that, but whatever, you do you, right? So I'm like, okay, whatever. Then I said, and can I get a Caesar salad for my appetizer? And then she was like, sure, whatever. So she asked him what he wanted. He said, can I get some water? And can I get a chicken Alfredo? So I'm like, he jumping straight into main, but he ain't getting no appetizer. So I'm like, that's suspicious. That's weird. So after she took his order, I said, can I get a mango chicken and mashed potatoes? If you ever go to Moxie's, always get the mango chicken and mashed potatoes. It's so good. And I got that from my main. So she said sure, whatever. She came back, she gave him his water, and she gave me my drink, and my Caesar salad. So I was there eating, we're there talking, we're chatting up, we're having okay conversation. It was kind of hard to really talk to him and kind of get to know him better in person. Off rip, he was giving me like a weird vibe in person. He was giving me very much I'm better than you, you're less than type vibe. He was just, you know, too francois for me. He was a little bit too much. He was like, how do I say this? He was like, I like a man, like a man, you know, I like a you know, I like a man. I want your voice to be deep. I want you to, you know, talk to me like, you know, I don't want you to beat me up, not nothing like that, or disrespect me, but you know, I want you, you know, he's giving me very much, you know, we can go shopping together, giving me very much, ooh, I'm very conceited, giving me very much, you too much, checking your hair all in. Like, yeah, you can be self-aware. Yes, men are supposed to be hygienic and all that shit, but sir, you're doing a little bit too much. At this point, me and you are going to be in competition with who looks the best, because you're doing a little, you know, those type of men, he was doing too much. He was too into himself, too conceited, too into talking about how good he is, and too much. Anyways, we're there talking, whatever. I just wanted to eat and get the fuck out of there. The food finally come. We're there, we eat, we have a good time, we're talking, we're chilling, whatever. Good time. The alarm was getting a little bit too much for me, and I was like, yeah, I think I want to go, because I'm starting to get a headache from this alarm. Like, I'm trying to leave. Like, I'm getting mad. So he's like, yeah, I think so too, whatever. Plus, we weren't really talking that much close to the end. We were just mostly eating or whatever. And then, so we were trying to get our waitress attention to get the bill, but she was just walking, zooming past us every time. So I'm there eating or whatever. He's like, he's asking me if I'm gonna finish that. So I'm like, I'm kind of full. Like, he's like, you need to finish that. We don't waste food around here. I'm like, this is giving me very much, you're my dad. Like, this is giving me very much force. This is giving me very much a sin. You know, cause not everybody are forced to eat. Like, I was so full, and the way he was looking at me, like, I felt so forced to actually finish that fucking food, or he was gonna smack me in my face or something. But because I already, in my head, I'm like, he paid for this meal, so I literally opened my button, and I'm like, try to eat this food. I really could not finish the food. I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I ain't eating all this food. I can't do it. I'm full. I can't eat no more. He rolled his eyes. I'm like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I ain't eating no more of this food. I'm full. The fuck? Anyways, our waitress finally came over, and so she said, okay, sure, like, I get the bills, whatever, blah, blah. She went back, she came back and handed the bill to her. Shout out to you, girl, because you know the game. She handed the whole bill to him, right? This guy literally looks at the bill, looks at me, looked at the bill, looked at me, looked back at the bill. He said, $40. That's what he said. He said, $40. This is a little bit expensive. I'm like, but you were in a Rolex watch. But you were in a Versace jacket. But you were in a goddamn moose knuckle jacket. $40 a little bit too much. So then I'm like, there's no way our shit came up to $40. Like, it should have been more than that, right? So then he looked at me and then he said, do you want to split it? This guy said, do you want to split it? I literally looked at, I was mad. I was like, split the bill? I ain't got no money. Split the bill? Oh man. Like, honestly, y'all, I've always been, I normally do dinner dates. And if I'm going on a dinner date, I always have my bread. Like, I always have my money. Don't worry about it. But like, it's one of those things where I've never been on a dinner date before where a guy's gonna look me in my face and ask me if I want to split it. Normally what happens is I ask for the bill comes, I'm like, I normally say, do you want to split it? Normally when I do dinner dates, I either split it or I pay for the whole thing. There's probably been 2 times where I paid for the whole thing. Reason why, because I was late. Like, I was like an hour and a half late. I felt so bad I paid for the meals. But besides that, like, and it was an argument. The guy was even arguing with me to pay the bill, because he's like, bro, like, why are you paying for the bill? Like, I'll get it. Like, and I was literally arguing. I'm like, no, it's fine. Like, I was late, right? So that's the type of person I am, right? But like, this is the first ever happened to me. This guy looked at me dead in my eye. Do you want to split the bill? And I was pissed, because this was the one time that I didn't come with the intention to pay a penny. One, because you was giving all this talk, all this game talk about all this. You gonna pay for this bill. That's what's in my head the whole time. From we was texting, you paying for this goddamn motherfucking bill. Since you want to be, I wear moose knuckle jackets. You paying for this goddamn motherfucking bill today. You paying for it. Was my intention. I'm like, you're paying for this, but I'm not paying a penny. I'm going to get fed today. That's how I came up to that, to Moxie's. Like, I wasn't trying to pay nothing. And it was crazy, because it was actually the time when we went on that date. Like, I had $0 and 0 cents. I did not have no money. The morning before I went to school, the night before I went to school, it's like a spirit said to me, you know, yeah, I'm trying to save money for you in a cash. Just ask them for $100 for put your debit card. And I messaged my aunt on WhatsApp late in the night, and I said, Anchoby, left $100 on your bed for me, and I'm gonna put it on my debit card because I really don't have any money. Yes, I save money in cash, but I don't touch that money unless I desperately need to. And I didn't desperately need to, because I had money, but I probably wouldn't have enough money, like get Bex money, if anything should happen. Because as a Jamaican, you always have to have your get Bex money. Like, yes, you're trying to go on a date and, like, you know, pay for everything, but you know, you need to have money just in case he don't want to pay for everything. So I messaged my aunt, and she didn't reply to me. And then in the morning when I got up to get ready for school, I saw that the message was not even seen. Like, she didn't see in the message. I'm like, shit, she probably didn't leave the money. But I'm like, you know what, let me go upstairs and check anyways. I went upstairs and I checked. Sure enough, she left $100. I'm like, bro, I've never been so happy to see $100 in my life. I was so happy. I'm like, Jesus Christ, thank you, Jesus, she left the money. And I put the money in my card. And it's crazy, because look at God. Look at God. You see, if I did not ask my aunt for that money from the night before, God is a good God. You are a good God. Because if I did not ask her for that money, I would have been in Moxie's washing dishes. I would have been in Moxie's washing dishes. Yeah, more than a scrub pop bottom. Yeah, more than a scrub pop bottom. Because I would have enough money for pay for the $53 bill. Because when she split the bill, and then my bill was $53. And then, even though my bill coming on the money, I tip her $10. So my bill comes to $63. Pay for it. And I have never been so mad to spend $63 in my life. I know what hurt my soul. And the fact that, sorry, you know in your heart, soul and body was saying, never did want to pay for the food. You knew in your heart and soul that you did not want to pay for the food, and yet you were bullying me to eat my own food that I'm going to pay for with my own money? Are you stupid? Are you dumb? I was pissed. I'm like, nah, there is no way in hell. Then we left Moxie's. I don't know if he could not read my body language or what, because I was pissed. And I was giving all the signs that I was upset, because, bitch, I don't give a fuck. He was like, so where do you want to go next? I'm like, my home. I want to go home. But what? I want to go home. Like, what? This nigga's going to look at me. He said, are you taking the train? This guy said, are you taking the train? The train? The train? Me, take the train. Wow. I'm like, I'm going to Hope Renfield, so you can go home or whatever. I'm going to Hope Renfield. Cause I'm like, at this point, I'm gonna be on the bus with Trey. But I was pissed. This nigga looked me in my eye and said, "Are you taking the train? Bitch, you drive, nigga." Bro. So he decided to walk me to Hope Renfield or whatever. So I never walk into Hope Renfield. He's there talking about the second day, talking about some, so yeah, the art gallery is open on Thursday, whatever, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see what I can do. Like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be available, you know, whatever. He's like, oh, that's fine, like, you can come to my house. I'm like, first of all, I don't go to people's houses. If I just know you, I don't go to no niggas' houses for the first day, second day, third day, fourth day. Like, I gotta know, you know, before I go to your house, because that's just how I do it. Because you ain't gonna try to have sex with me, not today, not tomorrow, not ever. The fuck. So I avoid going to niggas' houses. Like, I'm like, this nigga got the nerve. You ain't paid for this meal. You don't want to take me home, and you want to go on a second date. You must have been. He wants to take me to an art gallery. Then next thing you know, he want to order wine with my bougie ass. I'm gonna be like, yeah, can I get some wine? And when we get the wine, him don't want pay for it. Me not in that. Me not do it. You not catch me again, sir. Once bitten, twice blood clot. You not catch me. I've never experienced this in my life. Never. I was pissed. I was mad. I was upset. It was really the audacity for me planning a second date when you paid not even one kobo. You didn't even buy me water. You didn't even give me half of my good conversation for look at dinner date when me pay my own money for eat the food. People, I'm not normally this upset, but you know when you're planning in your mind, if you don't pay for somebody there for end up pay for you, just like, Jesus Christ. Moose Knuckle, Versace. I mean, if I Versace, whichever way one pronounce, you see why I'm not wear them something because I can't pronounce them. Gucci, Versace, Burberry, whatever I want to wear. I can't pay for one $53 dinner. Well, at least my something come out to $53. I don't know what dream something come up to. Upset. I don't even know if him tip. That's why I tip the girl in the car. The way all him cheap, but even know if him tip the girl. Rolex watch. And I can't pay for 53. I've never been so upset before. And then as soon as he walk out, I dip on the phone with my cousin Makashi. I was so mad. In a yard there, I cuss out blood clot in a yard there because I was so pissed. And then I wait on Trey for come off of work. When Trey finally come off of work, now me and go get some drinks at one different restaurant or whatever. And Trey laugh me to scan. He laugh off of me. He said, Jesus Christ. Me? Never again. I'm tell you something, I'm going to no more dates. Not one more date to me. Me, date. No mama. I'm done. Like, what? I was so pissed, bro. I was so mad. Like, I was so cheesed, fam. And he had the audacity to keep texting me and shit, acting like we cool. Like, sir, don't talk to me. We not friends. I don't like you. You cheap. Giving me very much that, like, not you being frugal. Like, I was so pissed. But anyways, guys, that was my worst date, cheap date ever. Like, it was horrible. Moral of the story is, walk when they get vex money when you go find a date, because these niggas ain't shit. And you don't want to be looking cute washing dishes. Period. That not catch me.
So guys, I know I look crazy right now. I'm here editing this video and I actually want to come up with a real moral of the story, because as I watched the clips over and over and I sat and I thought about it, I'm like, I had no reason to be mad at this guy. I had no reason to be upset, because the whole time I created this situation, in the sense of I presumed, or I made up an idea of what this guy was going to be like. And also I had set expectations for him that he didn't meet. and also like if I didn't meet him expecting something, then I wouldn't have been disappointed, like, you know what I mean? And yeah, so the moral of the story is stop expecting shit from people and you will save yourself a lot of disappointment, you know.
But anyways, I'm gonna see you guys in another video. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm going to try and post more videos. I have a lot of story times to tell, actually. Also, I do want to do a video on COVID. That will probably be my next video, and awareness for it, because baby, it almost took me the fuck out. Like, it was horrible. It was bad. But thank God for Jesus, thank God for life, and yeah. Guys, please remember to wear a mask, sanitize, wash your hands as much as possible, be safe out there, and I love you. Peace.